Why, yes, I did mean like Chelsea Dagger. Thank you for asking. I'm Jake. I can't skate. And this is a Flames hockey game day recap. Connor Bedard owns this team. He's literally buying shares from Murray Edwards as we speak. Good guys lose 5-2 to Connor Bedard. Oops. I mean the Chicago Blackhawks. Connor Bedard further fueled everybody saying that the Flames need a high draft pick because they lack a high-end talent. Until this year, I would have said Connor Bedard doesn't really fit that category because he was struggling in Chicago, but those struggles seem to be abating, which is great for my fantasy team. I got him pretty low in the draft because nobody was super high on Connor Bedard. And that fantasy owner part of me wishes he could play the Flames every week, because last time we played them he had 4 points. This time he has a hat trick. And that's really the story from last night. But we'll get into things a little more. At no point in that game last night, outside of potentially the first 5 minutes, did I ever think the Flames were gonna win. Briefly, they had me thinking it was gonna be one of those performances from last year, or from the first game of the season, where they looked dead for a large chunk of the game, somehow are in it, and pull out points at the end. That did not turn out to be the case. So, let's dive a little deeper, shall we? First period is looking like one of those grindy Flames periods lately. They're forechecking fine, they're puck possession is sloppier than it has been lately in the periods I've been praising. They're not generating much of anything, but they haven't given up tons and tons either. The main problem is, in addition to the sloppiness, the Hawks have tons of possession, which they did the whole night. And 15 minutes in, it pays off on a grinding, forechecking shift by the Blackhawks. They cycle the puck around, and Ryan Donato pots one of those bouncy ones the Flames have been getting lately, where it hits 2 feet in front of the net and bounces to a player with a wide open look, and he scores, and in this case it's Ryan Donato. And despite being fairly outplayed, the Flames exit the first period down 1-0. In the second period, it's going fairly evenly, although with a bit of a tilt to the Blackhawks, as was usual for the night. And the Flames are even pushing a little bit. Still being outshot, but at least generating more. And then the true dagger for the night, for me at least, was the Blackhawks clearing the zone. And it's a foot race between Connor Bedard and Flames D. And the foot race looks like it's gonna be fairly even. But Bedard has a little bit of position, so he maybe gets a poke of a shot on net. And Dustin will Wolfie, I love you. This was a strange decision. I guess in order to diffuse what could be a situation heading towards his net, Dustin Wolf decides to try and poke check the puck, end the race, and maybe start a breakout and transition the other way. All of this is contingent, of course, on him successfully making the poke check or playing the puck away. Unfortunately, he swings and misses, and a tremendous hustle play by Connor Bedard is completed as he pokes the puck through the unprotected legs of Dustin Wolf. It's a great play by Bedard. He'll get lots of applause for it, but it is a bit of a gaffe from Wolfie. And it's a complete zapper of momentum for the time being for the Flames, as it's 2-0 Blackhawks. Now, with that said, late in the second period, the power play actually does something and connects. And it's Matt Coronado putting the puck in with under a minute left in the period. And the Flames escape the second period down only 2-1. And what's even stranger is they actually do come back and tie this game. Early in the third, we get a small dose of the stare. Rasmus Andersson scores from just about the top of the circle from Michael Backlund and Adam Klapka. But just when you think it might be one of those grindy Flames wins, Connor Bedard absolutely pulverizes one, and it's 3-2 a minute later. And the Flames never sniff getting this back again. From the time that the Hawks make it 3-2, I do not remember one moment of myself believing they would come back again. The Hawks had too much possession. The Flames' special teams were too much of a non-factor again. And it just seemed like the Hawks had more swagger than the Flames, and why shouldn't they? And I actually said to myself, when Connor Bedard scores the empty netter to make it 5-2, well, there's my story for tomorrow. Because what else can you say? The Hawks as a whole, but especially number 98, made the Flames look like a team at the bottom of the standings because they are one. It's because they are one. And it's a back-to-back tonight. We're playing the Sabres. We might even see John Beecher, who the Flames oddly claimed, and Devin Cooley, I would think. But this team is so frustrating to watch because in the past 7 games, and I'll get into this in the segment video, there have been excellent performances. The ability of this team is there. They cannot do it consistently. This roster is incapable of that. And as such, they are a lottery team. They are in a place where we've seen the Sharks and the Sabres and so many other teams. For years it was the Oilers. Now we are that team. We are that team where if we get a win against you, it says more about you than it does us. But let me know what you think about this game, about the game tonight in Buffalo. Do all the YouTube things, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, go Flames.